Welcome to the Empower House podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Bryant, founder of Empower House, the Brunch Club events, business club mentor, twin mum, and coffee enthusiast. I've been hosting my networking event, the Brunch Club, featuring incredible speakers for 7 years. Now I'm bringing the Brunch Club experience and more to your ears. Come and join the community. Find us on Instagram at empower.house. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. My name is Lauren Bryant. I am your host, and we're talking about why you should not have $1 million business. And this opinion is going to go against a lot of the things that you see online, but frankly, I don't care. You should not have $1 million business because other people are saying so, because that's what you're seeing on social media, because you feel like making $1 million in your business is the benchmark for success. There's a whole host of reasons, and I'm about to get into them, but I wanted to take a minute to give you permission, not that you need it from me, but to give you permission to have the business that you want. The one that you started because you were passionate about a thing, because you were trying to fix a problem. Maybe you wanted flexibility in your life. You don't have to have $1 million business for you to be successful. The two do not have to coexist for it to be true. Okay, let's get into it. For me, when I'm thinking about reasons why you shouldn't have $1 million business, the first thing that comes up is that you don't actually want to. It's something that you feel from outside, from social media, maybe from coaches, from the people that you're in a mastermind with. The $1 million milestone is usually one that is externally driven. It might be ego driven, and that's okay too. But it's less about your personal feelings and the things that you want to achieve in your life, and more about what we see online, celebrated online. So you've got a lot of women out there in business pursuing this $1 million turnover in 1 year because that's what they think success looks like, but it may not be true for you. The number two is your financial literacy may not be where it needs to be yet. Revenue growth without money confidence, without knowing what you're doing in your business, when it comes to your figures in particular, can be detrimental. You can have so much growth so fast and then lose absolutely everything because you don't know how to manage your money properly. So if you don't have those strong financial skills and you don't have somebody there to support you, like a financial officer or a money coach or a great accountant, for example, then you might fall over here. So you need to be able to understand the cash flow. You need to be able to do projections. You need to get your tax right. And all of that comes under financial literacy, without which the stress of having $1 million business can seriously outweigh the reward of it. And coming off that point, profit does not equal revenue. And the two are very different things. You can be making $1 million in your business, but not making the profit. And so you're outlaying all of this time and energy and keeping up with big teams and all of that sort of thing, but you're not seeing the profit from it. A well-run, lean-run, multi-six-figure business can outdo, profit-wise, $1 million business easily and without the stress. Well, with less stress anyway, because business is always stressful. So when you're looking at having $1 million business and having a profitable business, I would always take something that is profitable over just making the million for the stamp of approval, for the accolades, as it were. You might also not identify with that 7-figure CEO persona, and that's okay. You don't have to be a 7-figure CEO to be important. You are worth more than the money that you earn and what you do for people. That is what you need to understand. Not everybody wants to be a boss. Some people just want to stay hands-on. They want to do the thing that they're doing. They're really good at it. Maybe it gives you the freedom to spend more time with your family, to be able to work from your laptop from anywhere, travel the world, whatever it is for you. You don't have to become this mega money-hungry hustler to be a success in business. It's not playing it small. It's playing it in a way that suits your life. So wanting to do the work instead of managing others is not a bad thing, because there's very few, I know that there are some, but there are very few seven-figure CEOs who don't have a team, who are doing it all themselves. So if that's not you, if you don't want to be managing people and having just to have the seven-figure business, then you don't have to. You can keep your business small and keep your freedom. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there is a real cost in scaling a business, and that often isn't spoken about in social media highlight reels on Instagram, right? If you don't have the systems to support that volume of work, and most businesses, small businesses, especially solopreneurs, they don't have the infrastructure, you don't have the automations done, you don't have the team, you don't have the delivery processes to sustainably handle a seven-figure business. Most women in business for themselves struggle to leave the six-figure and multi-six-figure business. They don't have those systems in place that are going to support them. And what that means is that if you took this particular business that was earning $100,000 a year and you times that by 10, they're going to crumble. Things aren't going to happen. The customer experience is going to collapse. There's all of these holes where when you are scaling, you need to be able to be patching those, you need to be refining those processes. So having the systems and the automations and the team to support the scaling is really important. The lifestyle cost is the next one that you need to think about. Behind the scenes of big revenue are usually long hours, high pressure, family time, constant mental load. Quite frankly, actually, that's pretty true for most businesses in general. There is a saying out there, more money, more problems. To some extent, that is true. When you're talking about having a business that is turning over that kind of volume, the lifestyle and the lifestyle is the one that's going to take the hit. Okay, I'm going to cut that part. Your lifestyle is the thing that is going to suffer. One, if you don't have the systems to support you, but also when you are doing that volume of work, you need to be on your game. Social media is really good at showing the highlight reel and not so much at showing the real time, the real struggles, the real stress behind all of that. The stress and the leadership energy required from someone in a seven-figure business can be unsustainable. And that is for a whole host of reasons. Like I've been saying, the systems are important, having the money literacy is important, identifying as that person, that seven-figure CEO is important, but also your daily habits. So scaling is going to require more than just strategy from you. It also demands an emotional capacity. You have to be able to lead a team, make fast decisions. You have to be constantly showing up even when you don't feel like it. And quite frankly, when you have all of these other pressures on you from the rest of your life, having that extra thing that can be the straw that broke the camel's back. So we have to really understand that the stress and leadership, the energy, the stress, we have to understand that as a leader and a seven-figure leader, you are going to need another version of yourself. It is true that the version of you that got you to here is not going to get you to there. So upgrading yourself, investing in your own education, investing in good coaches or consultants, and having a wonderful team around you. And that includes people like solicitors and accountants and all of that sort of stuff who can help you get the best out of your business and then manage that money the right way. But it takes a toll. And especially if you're in a season right now where your energy is already being taken up, maybe you're a new parent, or maybe you've got some health concerns, or maybe your attention is split otherwise, then maybe seven figures right now is not for you. Maybe you shouldn't be a seven-figure business. And the other part of this is doing what you love often becomes, and the next part of this is when you scale, you're often stepping away from your craft. So the thing that you got into business for, the thing that you enjoy doing, when you scale, you end up managing other people to do that, or you end up managing all of these other areas of business. And it's, I think, one of the biggest reasons that people's business don't work out is because they got into it to do this thing because they love it, and then they end up having to do all the other things in the business, the admin and the marketing and the management and all of this stuff, and it's not enjoyable and it takes the fun out of it. So when you've got so many things going on, the thing that you got into business for was that you love this particular craft or this particular passion, and just making money isn't fulfilling you. All right, we're talking about also you started your business to gain freedom, not pressure. So the original idea was to have more time for you, for your family, for your friends, for the things that you enjoy doing, for traveling, not just more income. You didn't want to be tied down to 9 to 5, 5 days a week. And so you went into business for yourself. Having $1 million business often can reverse that. It ties you back to your desk. You're doing big hours, you've got set days, and you can't just drop everything and go to the beach or have the lunch or take off around the world, because you're required to be here responsible for all the things. And that pressure is the opposite of freedom. Chasing the $1 million revenue mark can also distract you from smarter and simpler business models. Not all growth is good. Bigger is not always better. And some of the best business models around are models that are lean and profitable and simple, and they get kind of overlooked or labeled as small because they're not big and flashy and loud and, I don't know, audacious. But there's no reason that that isn't a great business model if it gives you the freedom that you are looking for. And that can be freedom of money, freedom of time, freedom of impact or influence. And whatever that is for you, if $1 million business and that freedom don't align, then that's perfectly okay. And the last thing that I want to talk about here is that your values and your vision don't align with that scale. And if your creative freedom and your family time or slow living, if all of those things are your values, then a 7-figure business might work against that. So your growth in your business should amplify and be led by your values, not require you to compromise them. Your business is, for the most part, an extension of yourself. I know that mine is, which is why everything that I do is about education. It's about empowerment. It's about community and support and collaboration, because those are my values. I am big on those things. And so if I'm going into a new project and looking at a new income stream, if it doesn't align with those things, then it's probably a no from me, because I want my business values to stay intact. That is why I have this vision. That is why I do this stuff. So there's lots of affiliate marketing out there and all of those kinds of things, but I won't sell something just for the sake of making money, because money isn't everything. I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I know a little bit controversial. If you have any more opinions on this, I would love to hear from you. Please come and slide into my DMs. I am on Instagram at empower.house. And as always, if you've enjoyed this, please leave it a review. This is how I can reach more people just like you. See you next time on the podcast.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed it, please send this to somebody who you think will enjoy it too. Don't forget to leave a review so I can reach more people just like you.